What up, people? This is Adi speaking, and today is story time with sick old me. So I swear I'm sick, I'm ill, and no speech stuff. It's gonna be all story time with me today, cause this just happened like last week, and it's not the first time this kind of situation has happened to me, but it certainly is one of the many creepy ones. So I work in like a center, like a plaza kind of thing, and there's like different stores in that place. It's like a center, so there's like a different stores that are located in one same area. But I got out of work anyway. I got out of work, I got out of work. It was like 7ish, almost 8 o'clock p.m. Like, it's dark outside, so, and because I had to do something the next day, then I needed some specific items to do, so I decided, okay, let me just go and buy them now. So I drove to the other side of the center because I was in like the west and like an east side of the center. It's not that big, but it's kind of like that, it's separated in the middle. So I went to the west side of the center, and the first thing that I noticed while I was trying to find a parking spot was that damn place was full. And because the damn place was full, it was like no other choice was to try to find like a parking spot as close as possible to the area. So I found like three that were like in the same lane of park cars. So I was like, is there still in the same lane? So it's gonna be the same ish. So I parked there, and then I got out of the car and walked, and it's a considerable distance from where I needed to go, and the place was kind of dark, and everything. And then while I was walking through cars, like through cars, like in the middle of other cars that were parked, I noticed that there were two gentlemen. Why am I calling them gentlemen? There were two dudes that were looking in my direction, and I was like, maybe they were looking at someone else, because I'm probably not the only person in the parking lot. So I walked, and then I noticed that their gaze followed, and I was like, okay, that's getting weird. So I walked first to the farthest store, just to make it easier to like go back, because what's the point of me going to the first one? You'll get me. So I did that. I first walked to the farthest store, and I went there, and I noticed while I was almost at the door of the first store that the same two people that were watching me prior, like while I was walking in the parking lot, were like following me, like going right to the same direction. But at that time, I say following me now because I know, but at that time I thought they were just going to the same direction because I was so tired. I wasn't really thinking well, so I was sick like I'm right now. So, and I didn't think about it. So I bought the things that I was going to buy in the first store, and then I headed to the second store, and I noticed finally there in the second store that the guys were indeed following me. And then I walked to the third store because it was closer to my vehicle, and I went there. I noticed the guys were actually going there as well, but they did not go in the store. They just waited outside. And I got a little worried. I mean, the guys basically singled me out, and they were being very bold in showing that they were basically following my person. So I got a little weirded out about the entire situation. I went to eat in that same place that I was in. I ate there. I was sitting calmly. I played with my phone. I glanced at the area without actually glancing, like I am looking at my phone. Basically, I'm looking at you all looking at my phone. So the guys disappeared from my side, and I waited for a while to see if they just came back. And like 10 minutes pass, and I don't see them. So a group of people get out of the place that I was at. So I decided, okay, if a group of people got out, I just go out with the same group of people. What happens? Their vehicles were parked a lot prior in my car. I did not see that coming. I thought they were going to go farther, considering that they were like complaining about the distance between the place and their vehicle. So yeah. Anyways, I continued to walk towards my car, and while I was doing so, I noticed the effing parking had no lights. The only illumination of the effing area of where close to my vehicle was is the effing store's lights. And I was like, this just couldn't be any worse. And then I heard footsteps, like very like hurried footsteps, and then suddenly not so hurried footsteps. So I finally got to my car, and I have this thing that when I'm by myself or I feel like I'm a little paranoid, I open the door, and it is immediately as I jumped in, I put the lock in, I put my seatbelt on, I turned the car, put my seatbelt on, I put the car in reverse, and I looked and I drove. So what did I do? I did exactly that, because I noticed two shadows right there behind me. The moment that I looked back, two shadows right behind my effing car. Like, not right behind my car, but like a considerable effing distance from my car. But they were walking straight to my effing car, not like to the side, and straight to the back of my effing car. So I was like, oh no, F that ain't gonna happen today, mother effer. You ain't gonna rob me, rape me, kill me, or all of the above. Not a day it gonna happen. So I put my car in reverse, and I basically floored it back, but not that fast. I just floored back to the point that I know that I could floor it back with ease without making much of a commotion and run away, So I floored a little bit back, and I hit something. I stopped, I looked, and like through my mirror, I looked, and one of the guys, because of the reflection of the lights at the back of my car, one of the guys, I hit them on their leg. The mother effer, I hit them on the leg with my vehicle. And I forgot to say, I have this cane, the kind of, is it a cane? The thing that you put on the wheel of your car, so that if anyone tries to steal it, it's kind of like a lot of difficult for you to do so. I don't know what it's called, but if it's called that's what I have. I have one of those things, and I basically unscrew it, and when you unscrew sometimes one of those things, they're like very pointy, very metallic. And so I took that itch, I had it right here. I have my hand right on the wheel, and the other hand was right on the effing shift. So I was like that, I looked at there, and I gave them this face, like, basically that's the face that I gave them. This is the kind of face that I usually use when I'm not effing kidding you. If I'm gonna run you over, mother effer, you better move, because I'm not kidding when I do that. So the guys noticed, the guy that was with the bigger guy that was with him was like his face said, you know what, and he basically backed away in a very slow motion. The other guy was like, basically he said like a bunch of times. Like, I'm not kidding, he said I said it, he said like constantly. He repeated that ish like it was his job. And then they basically ran / hop away, and one of them basically said, not worth it, and I was like, so I was sleepy, sick, kind of irritated from my job and ish. I barely saw their features at all. They disappeared in the darkness of the parking lot. And then the parking lot, was completely dark in that area. And then I basically drove out of the parking lot and straight to the light to try to go home. But I don't know, my mind was like rolling, my mind was like moving very fast. I had like a lot of headaches, I was sick, I was in a hurry, I was irritated because of work. My boyfriend called, we talked, he calmed me down, but it was like my brain did not register that I should have told the mall cop. There were two dudes there that basically tried to kidnap me, kill me, slash rape me, or whatever the ish they were gonna do. So yeah, that was the end of that. It's a very long story. I'm sorry it was so long. I talk sometimes a lot. But yeah, that's the video for today. It's not the first time something like this has happened, but I am confident that apparently I scare a lot of these people. So, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Or if you you feel like you can relate to situations similar to this, then please comment below and let me know, because that is just a very interesting thing that a lot of people are going through. So, yeah, enjoy my sick person face. I have an I'm very ill. I think I have the cold. So, yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Love yourselves and be yourselves, because being yourselves is like the most beautiful thing in the world. And out, people. Peace.